Hey everyone, in this video I want to show you how to deal the most damage with your weapon and how to conquer a steel path. When I first started steel path, it was quite hard, and the biggest problem was actually dealing with armored enemies because their armor is just it's huge. It was impossible for me to do anything about it. So I want to show you kind of the progress of how to build progresses, how you start with like nothing, and how to get up with the damage. So this is Atomos Incarnon. It's quite powerful weapon. However, as I will show you, if you don't have the right mods, you don't have the right amount of them and stuff like that, it's not gonna be that great. So this is like low level entry build with pretty good weapon, but this is just low level build, and you can see that it doesn't do that much damage. So having Incarnon weapon is a good start, but it doesn't like allow you to conquer steel path on its own. You need to build your weapon around it. And even though that I have the main mods at the moment, I just don't do enough damage. So let's try to get for more mods. I'm gonna go for crit actually. Maybe this, and maybe I will go for heat. Okay. Oh no, let's go for this first, and then status. So this is kind of normal build. The only thing that's kind of bad here is the type of damage I'm dealing. I'm doing magnetic, which is terrible in most cases, especially in this one. But this is kind of full build. So let's see how much damage it can deal. It does some damage. It's decent, but not really something you want to have in steel path. You want to destroy these enemies. You don't want to like stay multiple seconds and trying to eventually kill them. So the first mistake that I did is that I went for magnetic. I need instead um, is armor strip. So I'm gonna go for corrosive heat, which in its combination is gonna strip most of the armor, which is gonna leave enemy with pretty low damage reduction. Let's try that now. You can see that the damage was significantly stronger just by using the right combination of mods. But that's not everything. We are missing one key element here, or elemental status, and that's viral. And there is no way how to apply both corrosive and viral on one weapon unless it already has one of these elements. So how to do that is that we can use primer, or we can use companion, which primes enemy. I use Drika with corrosive blast radiation, which means that the main weapon can go for heat viral. I'm gonna need cold actually, cold, and I'm gonna go for more heat so that the heat procs are actually stronger. And just this simple switch should, and like upgrade when it comes to priming, should allow me to deal way more damage. You can see that the enemy doesn't have as much armor, and now my damage is significantly stronger. And this is definitely serviceable on Steel Path. I didn't even use half of my magazine and I killed the Heavy Gunner, which is the toughest enemy that you will encounter if I don't like consider uh, Eximus units. So this is definitely serviceable. If you are against like huge groups of enemies like these ones, it should be even easier because not all of them have such huge amounts of armor and health. So you can see that this weapon is definitely okay. But the main things you need are the main elements. You need viral, you need corrosive, and you want heat. Heat is not required, but it's very good element as last element. So now this is decent damage, but how do we deal even more damage? Well, I have here, what is this? This is different build. Yes, it's slightly more optimized build. You can see that it has way more damage. What is this? Why does it deal that much more damage? I use one more deep freeze here. I'm not exactly sure, but it does way more damage. Oh, lesser crit chance. I know. Okay. Instead of crit chance, I went for something else. But I think that the crit chance. Let's try this build. Maybe this is actually better. Not sure. Let's try this build. Let's go for heavy gunner. Maybe it is better. It's hard to say. It's definitely possible to play with this build. It does at least same damage as the previous one. So more base damage, less crit chance, and less status chance. Yes. Yeah, pretty good build. So how do we get even more damage? You can go for arcanes, and the best for secondary is arcane precision, because those arcanes funnel power into one weapon. In this case, it's secondary weapon, and we can go for even more fire rate with arcane velocity. Also, I didn't talk about this, but I use Furax Blade, which gives me some fire rate. But now I'm gonna have even more thanks to arcane velocity. So more base damage, more fire rate. I should be able to destroy the enemy even faster. Let's see. Okay, that was pretty fast. Let's try now group of heavy gunners this time. Not Eximus yet. I'm not sure if I will be able to deal with them right now. But normal heavy gunners, yeah, not a real problem. Definitely able to deal with these enemies. Also, in this case, I didn't talk about it, but I'm using Arcane on my secondary weapon, which can be sometimes useful, but doesn't have to be. In my case, I think that better Arcanes actually, where is it? Uh, this one, Arcane, I mean secondary Redhead, because it gives me more base damage. Let's try this Arcane now. I'm not gonna be dealing with random, like some random effects, but I actually have all the uh, status effects I need for maximum priming. So I will just go for more damage, and you can see that damage is much higher. So arcanes are another great layer of damage. Can I do even more? Yes, of course I can. I can go for Warframe buffs. I have here Yarley with a lot of shards. I have here one correction shard, this one like three stackable shards. And what is most important, I have here Tau Forge Emerald shard, which means that I will be able to armor strip even more armor, dealing even more damage. Also, my passive is gonna give me a lot of crit chance, so this weapon, as you saw that I don't have that much crit chance, uh, it's gonna it's gonna make the crit chance actually serviceable. And my one triples my damage. So let's see that. Let's see that in action. Yes, let's first do this enemies. I'm gonna go for merciless attacks first. And you can see that damage is actually huge. Like extremely huge damage. 300,000 damage on one hit. And this weapon actually hits quite fast. And I can go even higher with the damages if I use my tool, kill enemy while on Marina. It will give me a lot of fire rate, and this will easily destroy everything. And those are steel pav heavy gunners. When I go into Incarnate mode, it's not that much stronger, but it is definitely very strong. Okay, I'm taking it back. It's much stronger. At least against groups of enemies. So yeah, now it is starting to look extremely powerful. You can see when red crits, destroying enemies like it's nothing. So can we go even higher with the damage? Yes, of course we can. I could go for helmet ability, which gives me damage, but they don't work while on Merlina, so instead I use Bloom, which is like always working. Um, Also, I didn't talk about this, but I use Tenacious Bond, which increases my crit multiplier if the crit chance is over 50%. And the only way how to get it on Verglass is with Riven. So I have crit chance Riven here. So I deal quite a lot of damage thanks to that. What else? Uh, my one maybe helps with damage. I'm not sure if I actually showed you damage with my one. Maybe it was kind of visible, but not sure. Okay, this one has 100,000. I'm definitely dealing lots of damage. 300,000. It's actually it's actually quite hard to apply the maximum viral stacks and stuff like that. It just decimates enemies. So let's actually take weapon which is not that powerful on its own. Something that you might have like in the beginning of the game, maybe. Asto Prime is quite bad weapon, I would say. But let's try to actually mod this weapon into something useful. So we have corrosive, we don't need corrosive, we need status, we need viral, and let's go for heat. This one, go for this one. Yes, let's try it. This time, no arcane on the secondary, but let's see how much damage we can actually deal. Okay, still looks serviceable, definitely. I could imagine this weapon having like advanced Eximus unit or something like that as a single target killer. It's not the best one. It kicks like hell. So secondary merciless might help a lot with that. But even this weapon, you can see 300,000 damage on hit. Even this weapon can deal quite a lot of damage. Let's try my one. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Now, how do we get the maximum out of weapon? You use the best weapon. That's how. And the best weapon, secondary, is Angstrom. It is the best general weapon. You don't need to do anything special with it. It's just on its own very powerful. And the most powerful thing is Fatal Affliction, which is condition overload like mode, and Galvanized Shot, which is also condition overload like mode. And both of these stacks multiplicatively with the weapon damage. So the more statuses, the more damage you deal. Also, this is one of the easiest incarnate weapons to charge, and it does huge amounts of damage. Let's go for heavy gunners. And this time, I might just go for Eximus. Like, you can see just one shot and I'm fully charged. 1 million damage there. 12 million damage there. Yeah, definitely deals lots of damage. So this is how you scale your weapon damage into Steel Path. You add uh, the best mod you have for your weapon. If it has good revenge disposition, you also go for revenge if you want to use that weapon for a long time. Uh, you use the galvanized diffusion definitely, and galvanized shot if it scales multiplicatively with a weapon. In most cases it doesn't, but in this case it does. You use the strongest weapon. In this case, like internal weapons are the way to go in most cases. So pick any incarnate weapon. You need primer, definitely primer. I don't even know like if you have any choice like when it comes to companions. Maybe if you build your companions to kill the enemy or to group them, it might be okay. but this is the most balanced overall. Just do corrosive radiation, which is armor strip and defense for you, and it's very powerful for that. And you go for viral and heat on your main weapon, and you destroy everything. Also, arcanes, very powerful on both your Warframe and secondary weapon. So, and also Archon shards, especially Tau Forge Emerald Archon shard. You need one, exactly one, and it needs to be Tau Forged. Or you go for two smaller ones, but it's better to go for one big one. And go for more damage on other shards. And then you add in Warframe buffs, like Regents, Damage Vulnerability, or Helmet. Or if I really want it, I could go for a huge amounts of damage with Mirage, but this is overkill. It's not even possible to see the damage. Um, I will try anyway, but do I have tank build here? Not really, but I have here the maximum strength build. Okay, let's try this. It's gonna be crazy, but you'll see. Okay, blue charged. Now I have the damage. It doesn't do that much damage, but it has like great clear with my Hall of Mirrors. 5 million, okay. Wait, what was that? That looked like a lot of damage. 3 million, 12 million, like 43 million. Yeah, this is how you scale in late game. All the buffs you can get, push them into 1 point, and then destroy enemy with the 1 point, which in this case is Incarnal weapon of my choice. Thanks for watching, see you next time.